lots of time than just trying to get Helen over there.
Yeah. What is this? Come on in, everybody. We see you out there. We know you're there. I'm just fixing my Facebook before I forget, because I will forget. As if they catch up to us here. There we are. Still private. Come on in, folks. Now we're public. Come on in, folks. Everyone that watches us on Facebook, we're here. Glad you're out there this morning. It's time for the Sunday Funnies. Happy September, everybody. May it be a calmer September than your the rest of the year.
It'll soon be Christmas.
Things are winding down, right? Anyway, sure. Got a little bit of Joe Kubert this morning to take a look at, some Tarzan stuff. It'll be fun. Great stuff. Like I said, we're glad you're here, and we'll run the opening and get down to business. So here we go. This is Sunday Funnies, folks, for the 1st of September, 2024. Really glad you're here. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work over at aerocomics.store. Well, a lot of my work, at least. Find a lot of great books over there, like Alice in Chains, the Hero Bot Zero. There are 2 issues of that over there for your reading enjoyment, as well as The Fool, and a lot more stuff to come. Aerocomics.store. Go over there and take a look. We also have a bunch of merch over there. You can get a cup with our Aerocomics logo on it if you want. So go over there and take a look. Aerocomics.store.
Mugs.
Coffee. Mugs. Exactly. Joining us this morning is Allison. Allison, introduce yourself, please.
I'm Allison, the Alley Cat McClone. I am an artist and creator and comic book person. I try to stream here on Fridays on the Indie Comic Network at 3 p.m. I should be much better at doing this since I do it so often, but, I'm tired. So I'm just going to go with that for now.
We're all tired, trying to wake up this morning. Also joining us this morning, Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm tired too. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher, and I write science fiction books, soccer books, football books, children's books, all kinds of books. I also publish Comics Unlimited, which is a 100-page magazine about comics, which comes out every now and again. And you'll never guess it, but I'm quite a fan of Jack Kirby, and I've written a book about him. This details my visits to his house on 2 occasions. There's another one for you. Get that one. Yeah. And I'm also an artist, a cartoonist, and this is my book, Hatch, my character. You can find this on funmycomic.com. Otherwise, go to Amazon and you'll put my name in, and you'll find lots of things by me.
All right. Also joining us this morning, Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Russ Leach. I'm an comic book artist from the UK. Been about a bit, done some stuff, but what's the most important at the moment, the books that I'm working on right now, you can find out about those books over at russleach.com. Sign up to the email list there. We had a book out a little while ago, myself and Randy, The Shadow Kingdom, which was an adaptation of the famous book by Robert E. Howard. We're continuing the adventures of Brawl and Cull, and this is just one of those pages. I'm lettering it up at the moment. There may be some edits. We don't know. It's a work in progress.
Is that the page you were talking about on Friday?
Yeah.
That's a lot of lettering on that page.
That's a lot of lettering, yeah. So there may be some edits.
But great. Nothing wrong with that.
But I've inked like maybe a third of the book. So I've got to carry on with inks tomorrow, but I just took a break today to get on with some lettering. So it's kind of looking quite good. I'm quite pleased with the way it's coming out. So if you want to find out more about that book, how it's shaping up, when the crowdfunder starts, and then, of course, when the retail versions will be available, sign up to the email list over at russleach.com.
All right. And I have to talk about font size, I think. Anyway.
Well, it's already smaller than Savage Sword of Conan books. So,
Are you sure? Anyway, here's,
yeah.
So joining us this morning is Charles Santino. Charles, introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, I've been a writer, editor, art director, and packager since the late 80s, starting with Marvel and Conan. Currently working on Rammer, the Master Thief, in a future police state. First issue you can see behind me. Second issue right here. Both are available on Amazon and elsewhere. And this week I also want to talk about a novel that I wrote with Michael Panish for Airship 27, the publisher. This is a prequel to Metropolis, the famous black and white science fiction movie from 1927. This is about a 150-page novel written with Michael Panish about everything that happened before the movie. And this is available on Amazon and elsewhere.
All right. And we are looking at Tarzan by Robert E. Howard. Yeah, by Edgar Rice Burroughs, as interpreted by Joe Kubert. We had started out looking at the Treasury edition and then decided to jump over to the Dark Horse Complete Kubert Years book just to get the entire story together. There we go. What a great little volume this is. This is originally published by DC with the Comic Code Authority approval. This is Tarzan 209. He tells Tarzan of the Apes. Everything good there? It looks a little fuzzy here. Let's see if I can sharpen it up a little.
There you go. Maybe. I think so.
Any better? Nope. I'm having a hard time seeing it. Give me just a second here. Make it refocus. All right. Are we all right?
Almost. I think it's the page that's it.
Yeah. I
Over,
think the red is throwing it off.
Could be. It's rather, really harsh brown here.
Yeah, we looked at that brown in the comic, and it didn't look anything like that.
No, it didn't.
In the Treasury edition.
See if that page is still here. Some of it, so much of it was missing. No, it's not here. There's a great two-page poster, though, outside of the red marks here. I think that's on my Treasury than the printing. Tarzan.
It's like somebody's been colouring it in.
Yeah, it does.
This is what we were saying earlier about the paper, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
much better on this newsprint paper.
Anyway. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's such a large volume that the spine on this gets in the way.
There's Harry Dean Stanton again, bottom right.
Yeah.
It is.
I wonder
I
if he
thought
ever
he looked.
knew.
I thought he looked a little bit like that guy from The Office, actually,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
the skinny blonde one.
Yeah,
Gareth.
but I don't think this Harry Dean is going to be dating Rebecca De Mornay.
Probably not.
This, you miss all of this detail in here because the brown is so harsh.
Yeah.
It's just beautifully done. Wonderful feathering, brushwork by Kubert here.
Yeah, we said, didn't we, that it would have been better in black and white,
Yeah,
as most of this stuff would be.
Most of it is, yeah.
I think you're right. Just trying to see where in the treasury this is. I don't think we're quite there yet. No, we are. Some of this has been redrawn. Huh. Yeah. Odd.
Redrawn.
Yeah. No, those pages are there. It's a great half page of Tarzan, and then it jumps quite a bit. Anyway, it jumps over to here. So those 3 pages are totally, these pages here are totally missing in the start of the book. Probably because it was kind of a recap.
Right.
You know, they're really good. Those 4 pages, really, this one's missing too. It starts here again. Try to aim that down just a little better here. There. How's that? That's nice. It's a real simple background here. More detail here on the vine.
Ditko used to do jungles like that too.
Yeah. It's a little 9-panel grid.
Speaking of Ditko.
Speaking of Ditko, yeah.
And Kirby.
Yep.
And no words and no
Yeah.
sound effects.
Oh,
How
and
good is that?
no little caption to claim the writer's page. Hey,
Yeah.
saying no words are necessary. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I think it was Cap and Batroc, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Cat versus Batroc.
And then Steranko did a page like that, a couple of pages at the beginning of Nick Fury, the first issue, and they didn't want to pay him as a writer.
Yeah.
Then there's the legend that he held the guy out the window.
Yeah, I hope that's true.
That'd be awesome.
I do hope.
Kagoda.
I love that first panel on the right-hand page. That's a great perspective. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
Well, he started spelling things out again because he learned to speak, but he thinks in English to start with.
Look at how much in that panel, how much visual information there is, so gracefully done.
Yeah.
You get to see everything you need to see from the best possible perspective.
Yeah.
And then on the boat on the top right, it doesn't look as if it's in the water, does it?
Yeah.
No, on the top right panel. With the
No, yeah.
No, it does.
It's floating in the sky.
Yeah. There's a distinction in the treasury on that. Can you see that? You can't see that panel. I'll have to pull up just a little.
Different coloring.
Whole different coloring.
Yeah.
Much better, isn't it?
That left-hand panel is still very nice.
Yeah. And that centre panel with the guy with the Abe Lincoln beard looks like Joe Kubert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had a nice yellow sky there.
That brown in that on the edition we're looking at is awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty garish.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Look at that.
Yeah, and you can barely make out the name of the boat.
Yeah.
But in the treasury, it's right there. The back of the boat. Yeah.
Yep. Quite a big difference.
Still nicely drawn though.
Yeah.
Very nice
Don't get me started on coloring
Yeah.
or lettering. My favorite font is called Joe Kubert.
Yeah. How's that? That looks. Man, we're still a little blurry.
It's better.
Okay.
Wow, look at that bottom left close up there. That's fantastic, isn't it? That bit of his nose there. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's great.
The shadow falling across it.
I can see that one turning up in one of Russ's books. That's what he'd do with the Atlantean.
Yeah.
I wish.
Well, do it. A similar one.
Do it.
You know.
Do it.
Do it.
No, yeah, I have
Right.
done something like that. Yeah, it's,
There you go.
There
but
are
that's
people-
because I'm learning from the best.
Yeah.
there
Of course.
are people who can't go ahead. There are people who can't read comics, and read is in quotes. I mean, they can't understand the visual language of comics. They would look at that panel and go, "What's that black thing on his head?"
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them are writing for the big two at the moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? Oh,
For editors.
That's around your career.
Yes.
well, my career is sodded up already.
You'll never work in this town again.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's already down the road out. Always learned to write now. This is the house of Tarzan, the killer of beasts. Do not harm things which are Tarzan's. Sounds like he's about 4 years old, doesn't it?
Well, he's learning from a primer book,
Uh,
kids book. So yeah, there's no formal English or sentence structure.
it should say.
The message is clear.
Yeah.
It should say, "Mum, keep out," shouldn't it? Or as you would say, "Mom."
It's a lot more coherent than Weissmuller in the movies.
Who was way ahead of Arnie.
Look at this face here.
A little
Goes
bit of
back to-
tote there.
What you were saying last week, Glenn, about how he used this cartoony but very serious, or Russ was saying that.
Mm.
Be very cartoony and yet very realistic at the same time. Part of its style, too.
Yeah.
That was me saying that, by the way.
Was that? Sorry.
Yeah.
Take all
Not-
the credit you need.
Not to
Sorry.
take credit, but
That's all right.
Wow, look at that shot of the gun behind his head.
Yeah. And again, you can hardly see the detail because of the dark blue.
Mm.
On the Treasury edition, it's gray. It stands out a lot better, and this background here is red.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Big difference.
much better.
yeah, that looks a lot better.
That middle panel on the right hand side is really nice with all that black on the right.
Yeah.
Very ominous.
Very stereotypical black lady from Gone with the Wind.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
That lady won an Oscar, didn't she? She couldn't accept it. Is that right?
Yes, she did.
And they went on tour, didn't they, over America, Vivian Leigh and all that lot. They went on the tour of it, and she wasn't allowed to go to a lot of places.
Yeah.
Not good, is it?
No, sign of the time. So
There was a lot of that back then. Sammy
There
Davis Jr. had some issues as well.
Yes, he did.
He was often asked to go in the
even
back
later,
door, wasn't he?
even into the 60s.
yeah. Skeleton. Looks like he ain't really all gone, all alone. Miss Jane, let's stay here inside and wait. We'll soon return. You also have to take into account when the book was written. You know, they're following the book here.
Yeah.
The book was the early 1900s, 1919,
Yeah,
1920,
I think they should show it. I don't believe they should change things for.
Yeah,
It is what it is. If people are triggered by it, well, then don't read it. But they should. You can't depict it any other way.
It's a mighty long set of thought bubbles here.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs it, does it? We can see what he's doing. You know, like the panel above doesn't have any words on it, and we can see what's going on.
Right. That panel's completely different too. Colored. They must have gone through and recolored this whole thing.
What's the panel like with the black lady with the black? What's that look like in the original? Oh, look at that. That's 50 times better.
Yeah. But again, we're dealing with the difference between printing on gloss and newsprint, but also this is like 50 years ago, and it's had plenty of time to fade. Right. So this almost looks sun drenched to me, like it's been sitting out in the sun a little.
Still better than the glossy one.
Oh yeah, can't help but agree.
Wow, look at the skeletons.
Yeah, love them. Great detail.
Yeah.
Well, they lay in there, what, 15, 20 years later?
Oh my God.
However, at least 15 years after the scene that we were looking at last week with Greystoke, and the bull ape has substituted her baby into the crib and taken the young Greystoke.
Oh, right, yeah.
Raised.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
And now they've stumbled across it here. That's why they found Tarzan's note.
Yeah.
Tarzan was warning anybody to stay out of his house. There you go. There's a couple of great pages.
Did Joe Kubert ever do Conan?
I don't think he did.
It looks like in there, and that one where he's shouting on the bottom panel there on the left-hand page. Could be Conan, couldn't it? On the other side.
Here. Yeah, that could be Conan. Yeah. It's really tight on the face.
I see a Joe Kubert Conan picture. It's a variant cover. Conan the Cimmerian, 2008, Dark Horse.
Right. Just the cover, though, not the strip.
Yeah.
Should look that up and see if I can find it.
I just Googled Joe Kubert Conan, and that was the first thing that came up. Maybe there's more.
You know, I'm so used to seeing Joe Kubert drawing those war stories that I keep expecting some Marines to come around on the next page. You know, with the green helmets and a dog. Yeah. Pooch, was it? Gunner and Sarge and Pooch.
He did a Solomon Kane cover as well. And this looks like maybe an interior page. Yeah, Kubert's rendition of a young Conan from Conan the Cimmerian number 14. Yeah, so there's an interior page.
I think his artwork is perfect for Conan, isn't it?
Yeah, it was
That
Dark
character.
Horse.
Wow, look at that.
He must have done some for it then.
Mm.
Oh wow, look at that.
He always draws intense eyes, doesn't he, Kubert? I like the way he draws eyes.
Sometimes his inking is scratchy intentionally, and other times it's very, very sharp and not scratchy. And it's hard to say why he chooses.
Maybe a deadline made him use a pen instead of a brush.
Yeah,
that's very possible.
Well, I saw, like I said this before. I saw him doing a video and of his inking, and he starts off with a pen.
Right.
So he sort of like maps everything in pen, not in detail, just like flicking stuff in pen, and then he sees where he wants to put thicker lines or shadows, and he goes over it with a brush.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that working.
Here's a cover he did of the color comic Conan the Barbarian number 195.
I'll look at that in a minute. Here's a picture of our guy here in front of a large Tarzan poster.
Wow.
He's brilliant.
One of the best.
Started his own school.
Yeah.
Still going.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing him at the New York convention. They always have a booth.
I took some courses there.
Oh, cool.
Did you find them educational?
Yeah. I also did some of their online stuff that they had. Those are interesting. I had one of them with his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was actually kind of fun.
When did he die? About 2008.
Sounds about right.
I didn't think it was that long ago, but yeah, I don't remember.
Let's look that up.
No, that's not it.
2012.
12. Wow.
August 12th. He was 85.
Wow.
He definitely had a good life.
Yeah. So he died just after Mobius.
Mm-hmm.
He died in the March.
He was born in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he's described as being a Polish American.
Well, close enough.
Yeah.
Just being American, you know.
That general area. Created Sergeant Rock.
Yeah.
I think this is the cover.
He was born in what was then southern Poland, which is now Ukraine. There we go.
Okay. That explains it.
And they're complaining that Putin's trying to steal that off them.
Yeah.
Wow, look at
Is that the cover in question here?
Yeah.
That's fantastic, isn't it? That's great.
Yeah, that's really good.
Wow.
It's from a very, very small scan. It's just a little pixelated. So
That's a year before I started writing it.
What a great editor not putting I will kill you, Conan.
Yeah.
You know, in big thick, yeah, right there. That's what I was
big
looking
word
at.
balloon right there. Yep.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
great.
it is.
It's probably where it was until he said, "Get that out of there."
It's right down.
It's probably at the printers who ripped it off the artwork.
His signature's way down there.
Yeah.
Below the IPC box or UPC box.
That's great.
Cool.
Isn't it? I like that. Even though that right arm's a bit dodgy.
Yeah. I'm sure the
Yeah.
editor
Stuff as dodgy as that.
at the time wasn't going to ask him to change it. You know?
No.
Great face.
Wow, look at that. Jane. It's Jane. Jane, you've changed. Look at that bottom panel on the right there. Is looking down at the ground of that tree.
Isn't that
Wow. Yeah, it's fantastic,
great?
isn't it?
Really smart. Yeah, very smart panel.
Look at him coming through that wall. He means it, doesn't he? At the top there, without May shooting a revolver at him.
Rawr.
And again, hard to see because of the silly coloring.
Wow, look at that.
And there's that other panel.
Were you saying, Charles, that he's lettered this?
What was that?
Did you say that he lettered this?
No, there is a font currently
Oh, I see, right.
called
Cool.
Joe Kubert.
Cool.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Comic Craft, I think.
Blambot. Is that
Yeah, I
what
think it's
called?
Comic Craft. They usually have all those.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what I use for whenever I have the say in how it's going to be lettered. I always pick that font.
Do you
To
have
me,
to put?
it's the most normal looking font.
Do you have to put lettered by Joe Kubert? Because you should. Because he has.
I probably should. I do give the letterer credit, but we don't give the font credit. We probably should.
You should.
I'm going to make a note of that.
Let me see.
So you think what I'm getting at is that anybody could use that font and
Yeah.
it looked good, you know. So he deserves some credit.
Mm-hmm.
I had my letterer create a special character for me for some money that I created,
Right.
and Comic Craft said they would include it in the set.
Oh, cool.
Excellent.
Nice. Back there.
You can. Yep, it's on Comic Craft.
I've that's something I've said many times in my single life. Tarzan wants to play with you.
Great. Go home. It's on Comic Craft for $139. You too can have Joe Kubert's font.
It's my font of choice.
There's a pair of eyes.
You know, something we're taking for granted here because he's so good at it is look at how he mixes up the angles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how many artists today would even think to lay out a page like this?
Really?
They just wouldn't do it. It wouldn't even occur to them.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Russ and the rest of us.
Thank you.
You see, if you look at that second page, bottom left panel, that person doesn't understand that the crescent moon isn't a crescent moon. It's only the lighting hitting a spear.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the cloud. They've got the cloud going through it.
Yes.
Going behind it.
It's in front of the clouds. Yeah.
Oops.
It looks like it's behind it, which means that moon's gonna kill us.
I do have to say it's the same in the artwork as well.
Yeah.
What's the gap in it?
Maybe it's a boomerang.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That sounds safe.
Or a batarang.
It's a batarang and Tarzan.
Isn't it great when you find out even Joe Kubert can make a mistake?
Mm-hmm.
Deadlines are terrible things.
That's not a deadline. That's a bad drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never caught it.
But still looks cool.
It's brilliant. I like the little window in the house that sets it off. That's really clever.
Really, you don't even need it there. That crescent moon.
No, you
Because
don't.
The
It's
stars
not.
really pop out.
It's
You
not.
can't. You
It's
can't.
not
see
relevant
that
to
here.
the story what the phase
Yeah.
of moon was. I don't think.
No. There's stars sitting out here in the Treasury Edition.
In front of the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are in trouble.
They're just.
Maybe
they didn't
those
even
clouds
bother to
are-
point them out here.
Maybe those clouds are very far away.
Yeah.
Incredibly far away.
A few light years.
This is back when the moon was a lot closer.
This is a chunk off the planet at the time.
Yeah, they're not clouds, they're some distant nebula.
You know, the aliens didn't realize how close it was, so they steered it out farther. That's what it is. They figure it's all hollow and inhabited anyway. Takes a pen and paper.
I am Tarzan of the Apes. You are Jane. I am yours. Oh, God.
Live with me. Lodge there.
We will have
Get your stinking paws off me, you
We
damn dirty ape.
we will have baboons.
Who knew it was a crazy stalker story? Yeah.
Come here, Jane. Tarzan will show you his bananas.
Wait a minute. That was plural. That worries me.
Yeah, yeah, you know it.
It's multiple bananas. Got a bunch.
I got a bunch.
That's it. I'm out.
See, we're only half an hour in and we've started.
Like,
Dave is in the house this morning. Hello, all you good people. Good morning, Dave. Genuine Comics. Hope you're doing well. That scenery shot that Glenn pointed out is his World War II book. Looks fantastic.
Thank you.
It does. It's interesting to see the color gray most prominent in a jungle setting instead of green. Somehow it looks, it works perfectly. Yeah. And again, here everything is different in the treasury. This ape is gray, and he's not brown. And a lot more of the detail comes through. That you can see some fantastic hatch work and quick brush work there.
Does that ape have braces?
No, he's got a hard shadow on him though,
Oh.
that they took out in the other edition.
No, but he's got an absolutely stellar portfolio.
He does.
he's using that crest whitening.
Yeah. It's the fluoride in the river water.
Yeah.
Widely available in the jungle.
Yeah.
Now, hold before you turn the page. What is that dialogue in the last panel on the left?
In the blue.
No, the last panel.
Oh, the last
Yeah.
panel. Sorry, I said to the left panel.
And is that all Hardly,
Oh.
ma'am. The story that follows is even stranger than what's already happened. Next
Okay.
month, book 4, The Origin of Tarzan of the Apes.
Is that Sergeant Rock in the back there on the cover?
He's too thin to be Sergeant Rock.
And too well shaven.
Yeah. In my youth, I think this is the first issue of Tarzan that I bought was that one right there. I remember that cover real well.
Now, why did they take the DC logo off when they
I have no
printed
idea.
this cover?
I know, because I don't think they did it on the other ones, did they? Yeah, they sure did. It's gone.
That's the first time I noticed it.
Well, they're just. I think that's the first time they put it on there.
Well, those early ones, it's not even there in the first place, is it? There's no,
Yeah, it's not even there.
Yeah.
no cap for it. Yeah.
They ran that banner, though. I think they moved back down to 32 pages here, where before they were 52.
Right.
Yeah,
25 cents for 52 and two, what is it now?
Yeah,
20 cents for
20 cents.
32. Wow.
Hmm.
There you
Yeah,
go.
they got smoked by Marvel on that deal.
There's,
I think
there's
there was
the,
a DC here too as well.
there's the Marine guy I was talking about. Told you the Marines
Yeah.
had turned up.
Thus can you shall receive.
Look at that. Wow.
Nice little frame around here.
This girl really shouldn't be in the jungle. She's all startled all the time.
Yeah,
She sees an elephant. She says, "What the hell is that?"
it's a elephant. Yeah,
Elephant.
Tarzan's turned blue.
yeah. This page isn't in the treasury.
Oh right, a new one.
I'd take a look at it. Yeah, it's probably was in the book. It just wasn't in the treasury
Right.
reprint. Yeah. Same thing with this. This isn't there either. This panel.
I wonder. I'm just wondering if
Back
no,
up that.
they wouldn't have left it. He wouldn't have drawn it before, and then they left it out. They would have commissioned him to do more, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They cut it. They expanded it here.
And then where he's swinging, they made into the main shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Cut that in. It's nice though the way the whole jungle drops back here.
Yeah, it's very nice though.
We pick back up again here on this page.
That's bad English, isn't it? A ape. Is it an ape?
Ape.
Yeah, at the top.
Yeah.
Who is this woman anyway? Is she some
Housekeeper with the porters. Yeah.
right?
Oh
And
no,
then-
it's this is Tarzan's nephew, I believe. He's claiming the estate for Greystoke. That's why they did the expedition in the first place, was to try to figure out what happened to.
How does he have a nephew?
His father's brother's kid,
Right. Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. It's in the book. It's been a while since I read it.
And there's the Ironclad. Is that the Thunder Child?
Yeah. Steamer. It's nice.
Wow, it's a bit rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dear God.
Yeah, that's really nice. I'm just gonna keep turning. We're not saying nothing.
Yeah,
This is
we're
great.
looking. Look at that.
I like the trees in the jungle and the scene on the left panel.
Yeah, that
It's
girl in
almost
the mid,
Same
that
as
girl,
what's in
that
the picture, too.
the blonde girl there in the centre panel is really, it's real 40s gal, isn't she?
Oh yeah,
She's gorgeous.
very could be early 20s.
Yeah, the
Especially
roaring 20s.
I like the swinging scene as well.
You like the swinging scene, Alice?
Yes, dude. I like swinging.
Stop it.
Very much into swing. Swinging.
He's had his hair cut. Looks like Paul McCartney in 1967 when he's kissing that girl.
Or
Yeah.
Prince Valiant.
Yeah, Prince Valiant. It's his first meeting with Darno. It's rapidly awakening jungle, or heart darkening jungle. Darno leads the search party when suddenly the shadows come to life and he is seized by a dozen arms.
His faces are great. Like I said, the eyes are really good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Some pain in this book, isn't there? You know, when Cat punches the Red Skull, there's not really pain, is there? But in this one, there's lots of pain.
Yeah, they're going to kill him. Then he does to the this warrior here what he did to his bull ape that he was fighting. It lassos him around the neck and pulls him up. So
Yep.
suddenly he springs up, flops back down to the earth.
I don't care what universe you're from. That's got to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he called? Umbonga.
Yeah. Bonga.
Umbonga. And that guy just near your thumb, that shield, see that red shield? It looks like one of those anti-misfits from the Outer Limits.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Brilliant.
And if anyone has not seen that episode, they need to see it and be prepared to freak out.
I could tell you a story about that episode.
What's that?
I could tell you a story about just that. When
Please
that was
do.
when I was about 9, it was on the TV, and I badgered my mum to stay up and watch it, and she said, "No, you got to go to bed." Anyway, I badgered her and badgered her and badgered her to watch this program, and I did. It freaked me out when I saw that Zant when Bruce Dern gets his arm trapped and it runs down his arm. And I've seen it since, and it's the worst piece of special effects ever in the history of television. But it scared the
It's
hell
still
out of me.
creepy.
Yeah.
No, they were dealing with a small budget. So
Oh yeah, I know that. But it's just when I was a kid, my mum made me watch it. She said, "No,
very
you watch it."
unsettling. Yeah.
She said, "You know, I didn't want to watch it anymore." She said, "No, you're watching it now. You bugged me all night about it. You're watching it."
Actually, your mom just wanted to watch it, so she made you sit there and watch it with her.
Yeah, she used to watch One Step Beyond and all that stuff. Have you been watching that?
Yeah, I remember my mom being hooked on the original Trek. I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
odd.
There were other episodes of Outer Limits that freaked me out as a little kid. And looking at them now, the special effects are ridiculous, but they got to me.
The thing about the Outer Limits and the Twilight Zone is that everybody's in them, aren't they? Like Shatner and Ilya Kuryakin, McCallum and Bruce Dern and all these, Robert Duvall, all these really famous actors.
Robert Redford,
all cut their teeth in the Twilight Zone and Outer Limits, isn't there?
Oh yeah. Agnes Moorehead.
Yes, yeah, and Cole, is it? I Spy. Cole, is it?
Robert Vaughn.
No, that's Uncle. I Spy was.
Culp. Robert Culp.
Robert Culp. Yeah.
Culp.
Is it the Beast with 6 fingers or something? Or
No.
No.
Demon with a glass hand.
That's the one. Yeah, the Harlan.
That was the episode he was in. Yeah. What a great episode.
Yeah.
Literally an hour-long sci-fi movie every week, that Outer Limits of the day. I mean, a lot of foam rubber monsters and aliens and crazy stuff.
But wasn't Robert Culp in another episode where he did that sign where they turned him into an alien or something? He did a sign to his wife and she knew it was him.
Yeah, I think that was right.
Because there was a few of the actors, like I said, made return appearances, didn't they?
Oh yeah. Well, who was it? Burgess Meredith was in a couple of Twilight Zones, and
one in the library.
Jack Klugman from The Odd Couple. He was in like 5 episodes of Twilight Zone, all playing different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Donald Pleasance was in.
Yeah. All great stuff. Make me want to go back and take a look at all that stuff now.
Yeah.
Still worth watching. Majority of that stuff's all evergreen. Just beautiful. Well done all over.
And that fantastic music by Dominic Frontier. Mm-hmm. He did the Invaders, didn't he, later?
Yeah.
I like the way these pages are sort of very, very dark with the African guys are in it. But when the other people are in it on the other page, the mood seems to lighten up and the page lightens up.
Well, I think this is a lot closer outside of that red background to what the actual coloring was. Trying to find that actual page, and I'm not finding it. Well, they must have gone through and chopped this treasury way up. So, yeah, it's not there. Tarzan cuts D'Arnaud free, takes him up into the jungle.
Since when do you wear your jacket, tie, and slacks in the middle of the jungle?
Yeah.
When you're British.
Exactly right. Yeah. More pages that are missing.
That lion face. God.
Isn't that great?
And the spider in front of his eyes is like that very cinematic sort of.
Yeah.
You can see he's kind of, you don't have to see the rest of the scene, just see the close up on his face and he's looking through the spider web. Brilliant. And then the lack of background in that middle panel.
Yeah.
Oh, here you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Expertly done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That tornado.
Yeah. Small earthquake. We get them here all the time. Now we pick back up with the treasury.
Look at that. I am Tarzan of the Apes. Who are you?
What's the way D'Arnaud and Tarzan can communicate? D'Arnaud teaches him how to speak French.
Really confusing then, wouldn't it? He's not learned English yet.
Well, he knows how to write in English, but he ends up speaking French.
I wonder if he's got problems. So he thinks in English, he writes in English, he speaks French, and he's a white man living in Africa.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
That could happen.
Any more disbelief you want me to suspend?
I thought Tarzan was a true story.
It could well be.
Cut from today's headlines. Yeah.
I like the way the gorilla guy at the top's got white whiskers. Is he the clever one?
The old man, yeah. He couldn't draw him with a pipe.
I'm going to say he should have a pipe.
Yeah. So he gave him mutton chops. Yeah. That Asimov look right there.
Yeah.
Working.
Right.
Yeah,
he's telling Tarzan, someday we're going to take over this planet.
And Tarzan's like, not a chance.
Fools.
38.
You damn fools. I like the way that where he's creeping into the guy's hut and that Shield's really startled.
Yeah.
And the sense of Pavel. The Shield's going, what the?
From our civilized perspective, I look at this, I think about things like hygiene, like what hygiene was like in this setting. I don't see a lot of toothbrushes.
No
hot showers.
But everybody has such beautiful teeth.
Yeah. They have teeth. There's probably no deodorant available either.
Yeah.
They're real men. They smell like men.
That's right.
or apes.
And that's why I'm staying away from them.
You wrestle like apes, you smell like apes.
Right. Yeah.
They don't really have elephants in the jungle. They're in the savannah, right?
Yeah. They might go in though. It's got to start somewhere, hasn't it?
It's Africa.
I think they'll go into the jungle, but they're more of a plains creature or savannah.
Yeah, it's tough to maneuver in the jungle if you're an elephant.
At least he's drawing them with big ears like African elephants have. He's sort of a forerunner to Daredevil and Spider-Man, isn't he, Tarzan? The way he flies around, on his ropes.
Yeah,
he did that in the book.
Forest elephant.
Yeah.
The what?
There are forest elephants.
Right.
There are African forest elephants. They live in dense rainforests of West Central Africa.
There you go. That's where
And
he
they're
is.
different from the savanna elephants.
Right.
I think Burroughs had been there, if I'm not mistaken. So he did a lot of traveling before he started writing. On the Treasury, this elephant here is in gray, and you can see a lot more of the detail. Very nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a lot better looking.
Really, the ink work stands out real well.
Yeah.
yeah, in the lousier printing.
Yeah. And the lousier printing.
Oh no! Oh no! I shot him! Oh no!
Got a weirdo coming through the door, so boom. Yeah. Darno shoots him.
Oh!
And then tells him that Jane left a letter.
And he got him in the head.
Yep. Grazed him.
Wow.
Not really sure I can graze at that range, but hey, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Hey, come on! It's not real.
That's right.
And now he's written another book at the bottom.
He's reading Jane's letter.
That would be a Dear John letter or a Dear Tarzan in this case.
Probably a Dear Tarzan, yeah. Dear Tarzan letter.
You're Tarzan. You smell
Says-
funny. You keep weird hairy company.
It says here that the forest elephants are becoming extinct because the savanna elephants start breeding from the age of 12, but the forest elephants begin breeding only at 23 and then only give birth once every 5 to 6 years.
Wow.
And they're being killed off at a horrendous rate. Now, this article was in 2016, and they said they could be gone by 2023. I guess they're still around.
Mm.
Not
Oh.
good.
All for some potion, that probably
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Probably more for the tusks than anything. The hides,
Critically
I would imagine.
endangered. Their number fell 86% between 1989 and 2020.
Wow.
Wow.
Critically endangered.
Genocide.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
All right.
There's 150,000 of them left.
Folks, we're looking at Joe Kubert's adaptation of Tarzan of the Apes by Edgar Rice Burroughs. It's printed by DC back in the early 70s, I believe, and then reprinted by Dark Horse, which is the book that we're looking at.
Does it tell us who's adapted it, or is it just straight from the book?
I'm pretty sure Kubert did it straight from the book. Let me see if there's any credits in the front here. I am not seeing any.
I mean, if he's done all that, I mean, it's brilliant. It's quite an undertaking, isn't it, to read a book
Yeah.
and then what you guys have done with the Shadow Kingdom, and then there's two of you working on it. So
That's what I was about to say. There's two of us.
Yeah, imagine reading the book, drawing it, adapting the text, probably lettering it. Wow.
The credits in the Treasury says adapted from the novel and illustrated by Joe Kubert.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, it's all him.
I'm Tarzan. I'm Ronnie Pickering.
Darno takes him back with him into civilization.
And of course, he has to be the most handsome dude around.
Yeah.
And now he's going to put a red cape on and fly.
Why doesn't Tarzan have a beard? He never shaves.
Well, there you go. You see.
He's English. It's a good question. I don't think they ever covered that in the books.
No. Maybe he shaves with a clamshell.
Sharp rock. Maybe he pulled all of his hair out when he was younger. It's reverse baldness.
Doesn't take him long to get into trouble, does it?
No, but that's the character. Yeah.
Has that guy there with the sword killed that guy he's holding on to? Is he at the top? Is he already at the top? Has he already done him?
Comes charging at him, throws him up and over his head.
Yeah, but the first panel he's holding another guy. He's already sorted him out.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's not in the Treasury at all. So that's what it looks like. He's got one of the natives there. Tarzan comes up and throws him. Says, "Thank you, Monsieur Tarzan. You will be rewarded for your brave action." He says, "It was no, it was nothing." And then Darno comes up and says, "A reward will help pay for portage to America. It says, as you say, Darno. So that's where they're heading.
So he says, he's at the bar there in Paris, and he says to him, "What's that tower over there?" And he says, "I don't know."
It's to show you're in Paris. That's what it is. And several weeks later.
Several
then-
weeks later.
Yep, I'll send you a report of the results concerning the fingerprints we found in Greystoke's diary. It says, Darno, you've been a good friend. Tomorrow I leave for America to find Jane. He travels back to America. And she introduces him to that guy, tells him they're going to get married. And that he's claimed the Greystoke estate. He gets a telegram telling him that he's actually Lord Greystoke, and he pockets it and walks away. Pockets the telegram since Jane's already going to marry that guy. He says, screw it, and goes back into the jungle. And then right at this panel is where the treasury ends. They just throw a little "the end" in there. And further adventures, read more Tarzan DC comics. But that's not where the story ends. It picks up with that front bookend of that African expedition. That is at the very start of the story. They come in and
he comes through the boom tube.
Yeah, they run across Tarzan out in the jungle. Yeah, and he says, Africa's not a place for you. It's a place for me. See you later. Jumps back into the jungle.
Land of the Giants, lousy TV show.
Still on Me TV late at night, though.
Yeah, I really hated it as a kid, and I've seen it recently, and it is just boring as hell.
Yeah. Just another excuse for guys to stand next to a giant spool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big pencils, large telephone. Yeah.
Yeah, that and the Time Machine, another dud.
The time tunnel.
Time Tunnel, yeah, another dud.
We'll wait until right at the right opportune moment, and then we'll yank them back in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Great stuff. So anyway, after 4 issues of adapting Tarzan, the next issue after that, Kubert does kind of a bookend sequence around a reprint of the Byrne Hogarth comic strip. Or is it Foster? I think it's Hogarth. But he does a quick couple of pages, and then they kick into a cut and paste of the comic strip. Look at alligators here. Just a great sequence there. You can really tell he's having fun.
That right leg's a bit dodgy, isn't it? Tarzan's there at the bottom.
Yeah.
That foot looks a little goofy.
Yeah,
those
not
toes
right,
are a
is
little off. Yeah. Looks good anyway.
It's a big alligator, isn't it?
It's a big alligator, crocodile, whatever it is. Let's see if they reprinted that. Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's Foster. That's Foster here. That's not Hogarth. Foster started with the Tarzan strip. You can tell his work here.
Does he turn into a midget in the last panel there?
Yeah, a little short dude. Height challenged.
Vertically challenged. Yeah.
Vertically challenged. We got enough time to go through this story too. For one, it's some
Yes,
beautiful
please.
artwork, though.
Yeah.
Just great. And in my opinion, a little bit better colored than the from the last couple of issues too.
Yeah.
At least these pages are. Till he's getting swept under, hits his head on a rock. Pulled up, little guy is there. See an occasional filler panel just to help the story along. Kubert will go through and do. You can sure tell the difference. Little addition here, filling this out. But most of it's all Foster. I'm going to keep going. Forgot not talking. Here we are.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. It's classic. What a great shot.
That's nice on the left-hand, the center panel on the left-hand page in the blue, the way the terrain is done in black and then the blue ground.
Yeah.
I like that. It's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Turned out really good.
I'll tell you what, that line on the bottom panel must be about as big as a bus.
Yeah. Either that or the people got really, really small all of a sudden.
Maybe it's the land of the giant animals.
Beautiful foliage.
Yeah.
It's Africa. Yeah. Home of the savage beasts. Classic old movie style noirish lighting here.
Yeah, is it what's he called? When he played Samson and Delilah. What's he called? Victor Mature.
Victor Mature, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, just look at that. It's negative space here for the foliage up until the background's all in silhouette. It's really well done.
Wow.
It's got the sacred lion skin.
Today is Edgar Rice Burroughs' birthday.
Is
Oh,
it?
wow.
Cool.
When did he die?
Let's see.
Oh,
Born in 1875. Let's see.
Wow.
Let's see when he died.
Is it 1940s or something like that?
Sounds about right. Let's see. 1950.
Well, you lasted a while.
Yep. So it's just a coincidence that today's his birthday, right, Randy? There was no plan.
no plan whatsoever. Should I take responsibility for that?
Yes.
Credit, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, Randy. I hit the button accidentally, but I
You're
got
right.
run. That call was somewhat important.
Okay.
I
Okay.
will see you all next week.
Okay.
See ya.
Cheers.
Take it easy.
Take
Bye.
care.
Al, you want to tell folks how they can find
Oh,
you one last
yes, I
time
will.
before you're leaving?
I definitely will. I
Yeah.
am here on the Indie Comics Network every Friday at 3 p.m. When MS lets me. And you can find me on most of the social media networks like Instagram, Facebook, the Instagram version of Twitter that I can't remember the name of. I think I have a Blue Sky account. I pretty much ignore Twitter or X or whatever porno thing they want to do. That's a good word. Sorry. Yeah, that should about do it. I will see everyone hopefully next week.
See
All
ya.
right. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Take care. Yeah. Tarzan was immediately popular. Burroughs, an American writer, best known for his prolific output of in the adventure, science fiction, and fantasy genres. Best known for creating the characters Tarzan, who appeared in 24 books by him, and John Carter, who was a reoccurring character in a series of 11 books. He also wrote Pellucidar, the Pellucidar series, the Amtor series, and the Caspak trilogy, which I'd never heard of before. I guess I'll have to look that up. Tarzan was immediately popular, and Burroughs capitalized on it every way, every possible way, including a syndicated Tarzan comic strip, films, and merchandise. Tarzan remains one of the most successful fictional characters to this day and is a cultural icon. Burroughs' California ranch is now the center of the Tarzana neighborhood in Los Angeles, named after his character. Burroughs was an explicit supporter of eugenics and scientific racism in both his fiction and nonfiction. Tarzan was meant to reflect these concepts.
So let's cancel him.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when I was reading those books, I didn't catch that at all. So he must have done that. I mean, there was a little hatred towards the tribesmen, and Tarzan didn't like them mainly because of their color, and he thought that they were uncivilized beasts less than the apes. But that's because he didn't know them, wasn't educated about their ways. He came to turn around real quick in the books and treat them as as equals.
Is that an opinion then, rather than a?
I would say that is
characterization.
Yeah, is that on Wikipedia.
Oh well, Wikipedia. What do you expect?
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, that's a little exaggerated on what he had done. But somebody of some, might know the subject more than I do, and I put that in there. But I didn't get that from his work. I got it as part of the prejudice of the day. But later on, especially in any outside merchandising that they did of him, he always treated the natives.
Yeah, I mean, in the TV thing from the 60s and 70s, he was they were all his friends.
Yeah. He was a protector.
He was a protector.
That way of life, in fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was more trying to keep the white civilization away from the natives as much as possible.
That's right. Yeah.
When was this produced, Randy? Originally?
The comic strip was probably done in the 20s and 30s.
When was this art done?
Patched together, the Foster side of it was probably done in the 20s and 30s. Right. And then it was patched together with Kubert in the 70s.
Because it doesn't age. It doesn't age, does it? It doesn't not work.
Yeah.
Because it's just so well drawn.
Yeah.
Timeless.
Well, it's the same with his Prince Valiant work, too.
Yeah.
A lot of that material is just absolutely evergreen.
Is Hal Foster the guy who drove into the tree trying to kill himself?
That what?
He drove into a tree trying to kill himself.
That was Alex Raymond.
Oh, right. Okay. Wrong one.
Foster, I think, died of natural causes, if I'm not mistaken.
Foster started the Tarzan strip in 1929.
Yeah, okay.
And then he started the Sunday in 31.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And 36 he created Prince Valiant.
And then Hogarth took over.
Yeah.
Tarzan. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is probably early 30s.
Wow.
Most likely.
And the farther along you go, toward, especially here into the story, the less Kubert is there. This is all Foster here.
When it first appeared, then in 1930 or whatever it was, with the word balloons on, or was it a strip?
It was a strip. It had narration in
Yeah.
boxes.
So
Yeah.
they've added these word balloons then,
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
They have.
and they've increased the size of some panels.
Yeah. Shrunk and, however they
Yeah.
needed to fill the pages out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done a good job. It's great artwork, isn't it? I mean,
I'm not sure if the speaking had word balloons. I don't think it did during Foster's run.
no.
I think it was just very much like Prince Valiant with picture, block of text. And then
Yeah.
the dialogue was in the prose here.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's how that ran. As you can see here, a lot of the lettering, a lot of the balloons are hand. The side of the balloons are done by hand in order to avoid the important elements.
Yep.
Cut short here and there.
And it's good that they did.
Yeah. Now we're getting back into a little bit more Kubert here. That's Kubert here. That's Kubert. That's Foster. That could be either one of them. It's probably a combination of the two. That background looks a lot like what Kubert would do. Great stuff.
Beautiful.
It's great. That's a mighty big bull ape there.
Yeah, it's pretty big, isn't it?
This is all Foster here.
I like the way he draws the propeller blades.
Yeah. So I was looking at that. That looks sharp. Nice plane.
Speaking of propeller blades, I saw a great piece of film of a guy who had his movie camera or whatever it was on a tracker as a helicopter came in, and the blades aren't moving. They don't appear to be moving, and it's like it's going to crash because the way the camera moves and the way the helicopter moves.
Yeah.
Really weird. You can still see the blades, and they're not going round.
Yeah.
Or they appear not to be going round.
Another great cover.
Yeah.
According to the database, this is Hogarth.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sure looked like Foster to me.
This is that Land of the Giants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, issue 211. It's
Wow.
It's all Hogarth.
Okay, my mistake. I really thought it looked like Foster to me.
Yeah.
This looks like speeded up Hogarth.
Or Hogarth on speed.
Or Hogarth on speed.
Well, I know that this whole bottom page here is Kubert. I know that. You can tell by the inking.
It's a great rhino, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh, glad you found that, Charles.
And they've taken the DC
Yeah, I'm
out.
trying to find the year that it was original, but not finding it yet. Had to be much later.
It's got to be early 30s and mid 30s at the latest. When he took over 36, so it'd be mid to late 30s.
Let's see if we can find this.
Probably wasn't called Land of the Giants either. It's probably called something else. So. Yeah. The end of the Treasury. They have a shot of Kubert here. Nope, we're throbbing again. There we go.
He took over in 37.
37. Foster must have been doing double duty there for a little bit. Or just worked up that far in advance. Looks like we lost Glenn and Charles.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
Charles is here.
Glenn, are you there? Oh, Glenn, you're muted. If you're there. We lost Glenn completely. It just popped up all at once here.
Ooh.
Charles, your camera is off.
Yeah.
Glenn, are you there? You might have to reboot and come back in. He did say he was going to get some storms. We got enough time to go through one more if we want.
Yeah, if we knew the actual original name of the story, it would be easier to figure this out.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a Dark Horse collection, 1937 and 1940, Tarzan in the City of Gold, Tarzan and the Boers, parts 1 and 2, Tarzan and the Chinese, Tarzan and the Pygmies, and Tarzan and the Amazons. So don't know if any of that is in
That doesn't sound anything like the story that we just went through. No.
He sure got around, didn't he?
He did. Traveled all over. Even went to Pellucidar, Tarzan at the Earth's core.
Now that would have been good.
They did
that was adapted by Dell in the late 60s.
Russ Manning did that.
Yep.
I've got a copy of it around somewhere. Glenn, you're back.
Yeah. Great drawing of an antelope there.
Yeah. HR's in the house. Hello, art lovers. Hello, HR. Hope you're doing well.
All the animals are
Thanks for
gorgeous,
joining
though,
us.
aren't they? I mean,
Yeah.
It's just incredibly well done. Yeah.
Look at that, the way they separated the head with that black over the top of him on the lion in the middle.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
Part of
Like
its
just
mane. Yeah.
breaking through to the sunlight.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Hippos here.
So who's doing this artwork now?
This is Kubert.
Kubert again.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that elephant.
And again, I think this is better colored than the last few issues.
Yeah.
Nice and much brighter. Much more together. The you can actually see all the detail on the elephant here. It's really nice.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Based on Edgar Rice Burroughs' Jungle Tales of Tarzan. It's Tantor. Oh, Tantor.
Look at that. Oh, wow.
that's
Look at that.
cracking, isn't it? Standing in front of the elephant.
Just all of that's great, isn't it?
It's a big elephant, but it's good.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at those eyes on that right-hand panel. On the right-hand, his Tarzan's eyes, where they're glaring at the native people.
Looking at that face.
Fantastic.
And then here, yeah.
Oh, that's
Fantastic.
great, isn't it? And the elephant on the bottom right-hand corner, the way he's done that sort of design with the terrain dripping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've just realised his nose is there. I just saw his nose. The Tarzan's nose.
Tarzan's, yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And his mouth.
Yes.
Very thinly inked.
Yeah.
Just enough to make sure it drops back away from the solids here and here.
A very nice montage.
Yeah.
And that
We
orange
love the
colour is good,
montages.
Tarzan speaks French.
Look at that.
Is Jim Carrey going to come out of that rhino?
I don't know.
Little panel at the bottom there with that smoke
He does.
coming out of him.
Does look like he's farting pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the way Tarzan's leaping out of the way.
Yeah.
Has he got a beard, Tarzan?
It looks like it.
Yeah, he's suddenly grown a beard.
Here?
No, the last panel.
Last panel. Very last panel.
Oh yeah.
That's
Suddenly
Shadow.
grown. All right.
It's a shadow.
Either that or it's Charlton Heston.
Yeah. Oh, damn fools.
Even there.
Ooh, look at that. Wow. Have you got this with the other colours, Randy?
Oh, no. We're past the treasury now.
Right.
We're 2 issues past the what they put in
Right.
the treasury. Or what they
Wow, look at
hacked up in the treasury, I should say. Look at that.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Running off.
Tam Tor back. Not very happy, Tam Tor, is he?
Mm-mm.
Tantor not happy.
Me kill everybody because they throw spears at me. Don't blame him. Look at that. Fantastic.
The pitch edge crumbles beneath his foot. Tarzan falls. Into the pit.
I like the way he leaves the panels open. We don't try to draw the grass or anything because it's too far away
Yeah.
to see, and you know it's there.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
something we can certainly slam modern comics for. Is too
Yeah.
much detail.
It's like I also remember reading those early Spider-Mans by Ditko, and when he didn't draw the webbing on his arms because it was too small. Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think
Sometimes the webbing on the costume was too small to draw.
yeah. And I just that's what I mean on the side of his arms.
Yeah,
I remember when as a kid seeing that and thinking he hadn't finished it.
yeah.
Yeah, HR, I agree. One of the top masters. So they tie him up between 2 poles and they await for they're sacrificing him to King Kong. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Bring on Fay Ray.
Yeah. Take him to the poles. They didn't take him to Detroit.
Well, that's quite ironic, isn't it? Because Kubert's from Poland,
Yeah,
isn't he?
that's right.
No, not the bowls.
Tantor is saved, but Tarzan has taken his place. I am captive.
Yeah, he figured that out.
There's those eyes again.
Look at that.
Wow.
Boy, they're really drawing this scene out, but it's beautiful. Wow. I'd love to see this in the original comic.
I'm putting money on Russ Leach doing an eye shot like that in somewhere at the Atlantean soon. Is he listening?
Give me a second to check my comic rack here.
Yeah, because this is gorgeous.
Look at that bottom
have
panel,
this.
the last panel on the last page. Look at that silhouette.
That's incredible.
How good is that? Russ, throw your pencils in the bin.
Yeah, I know. I've got one though. Look,
What a bin.
a bin. Yeah.
Have you got an eye shot? A Conan eye
Yeah,
shot?
yeah.
Full eye
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Hey, Randy, what issue number is this?
This is 212.
I got to add this to my collection.
212. Yeah.
213, is it?
212. Yeah, that is
212.
that's incredible.
Yeah, give me a minute. I think I have it in my rack here. I'm looking. I thought I did at least. I could be wrong.
Well, order a copy on eBay. We'll wait.
Okay. Sorry for the squeak, folks. I could have sworn I had that here.
As good as it looks in this reproduction, I'll bet it's even better in the original comic.
Yeah.
That last panel is just, the coloring is just amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? It's one of the few occasions it would look better like that than the black and white, I reckon.
I would say so.
I do have a copy of it, but I don't have it here in the rack. I got 221. I don't even see a number on this one. 223, 226. I've got this. I've got it probably in one of my long boxes.
Well, you know what? We got a little bit of time here. I'll bet I can find it online.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find that.
My copy of Atomic Mouse. Shadows. No. I'll probably put it back.
Let's see if I can find it.
Sorry.
Here's issue 212. Let's see if there's I can get this to open up. I can probably send a edited screenshot of that page. Let's see. The clock is ticking.
The deadline looms.
Okay, here it is. Let's see. Yep. Scrolling down.
There we are.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see.
Oh yeah. Here we are.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
Oh, shit off.
Oh. How good is that?
The way his line, what I love about his inking lines
Oh.
is they're just so natural.
Beautiful.
The only word I can give them is.
Oh, this is.
That's decades of practice and skill right there
Yeah.
coming through.
I am going to send a screenshot of that page. The
HR
previous-
says, I must say you got class in covering tasteful comics. Thank you, HR. Gonna send it through?
Yeah, let's see. I'll send it through Facebook. Okay, and let's see. Come on. Select all, copy, paste. Here it comes. And I just sent it.
Yep. Yeah, let me throw it up here.
We can compare and contrast.
Oh, wow. Mm.
Oh, look at that.
It's a little bit of, what is that, a watermark or something sitting here?
Some sort of bleed
I
through.
think it's ripped, is it ripped?
Yeah, it's probably ripped. But look at the bottom panel.
Oh, yeah, it is. Look at that. That's the ad. An ad on the other page. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
farther
scroll
down
up.
here.
Let's see that bottom panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better in the other edition, isn't it? The first one.
I think they both have their charms.
Let me get back here. And,
Actually, the muddiness of
it's a little
this-
darker.
yeah, I think it actually looks better this way.
Yeah, that's the way I prefer
In
it.
the,
I
in the
liked his
reprodu- in the-
eyes.
in the reproduction,
Yeah.
but that at least that last panel.
That the middle panel there. And that one on the left as well. Just the way the shading is done. That middle panel there around his eyes. Just
Yeah.
You see the pain.
yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's completely different coloring job.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's 2 pages that look really well on my wall.
Somebody's got them somewhere.
The coloring on the original of that splash page is kind of different, much subtler. That orange is much more muted.
Yeah.
And so is the blue, as you might imagine.
Great stuff.
Oh, here he comes.
Crashing in.
Yeah. Get off him. If you look at Trantor there on that first panel, it looks like a bird with his trunk and his wings. Can you see it? His ears are wings, like a bird.
I've seen the elephant fly.
I mean, contrast that top panel there with on the right hand page. The color doesn't work at all, does it? With that green and yellow, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, it
next
is.
to
it's actually pretty bad in the original comic.
Right.
It's the green is slightly more muted, only slightly, and the yellow is pretty bright. It's not that great in the original.
Yeah,
it's like an explosion, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. Looks like an explosion. It's nice. Huh?
Great detail on that elephant. I'd like to see that in black and white.
Yeah. It's pretty.
It's fabulous. Ooh, the Black Panther.
Can you flip back again for a second? Yeah, that panel, the second to last panel. Yeah, Tarzan's on top of the elephant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that works a little better in the original.
Elephant the size of a block of flats.
It's a big elephant.
Yeah.
A big elephant.
But it's Trantor.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's great, isn't he?
Tantor.
I like him. I'm messing about with him.
This is masterful director. Yeah. Yep. Throws a few emojis there. And here. Devil Flyer in the house. Rex, hope you're doing well.
Hey, Rex.
Then one last page here.
Wow.
That elephant is in the original. That elephant is almost the same color as the tree.
Yeah.
And it looks like the elephant is just kind of an etching on the tree. So this coloring works a little bit better than the original. That last panel, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that head of that guy with the orange head in the middle. The shape of his head. Yeah. It's really clever.
The angle of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, it's really great.
Yep.
And the elephant's farted again on that top panel.
Yeah, that guy's head is not at that color at all in the original.
Yeah, I'm sure
not even close.
Yeah, they went through and recolored all of this. Folks, that's where we're going to have to end it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
No.
So,
instead of being good, it's getting really good now.
Yeah. Yep. We have barely scratched the surface of Kubert's work on this, which we can continue. If you want to see more, folks, leave us a comment.
It'll take us up to Christmas.
Leave us a comment in the wherever you're watching this from. Tell us that you'd like to see the rest of the book. We'll be happy to show it off.
You
But
can never
next
get
week,
enough Kubert.
That's so true. Can't get enough. Next week, we'll have something else. So we'll go in a different direction. On Friday's Comics by Night, we're still looking at Dead Man by Neil Adams. If you want to swing by, we've done 2 episodes. We'll probably do at least one more on that and cover that initial run of Dead Man. So hope you'll join us then, and then stop back next Sunday at 9 a.m. for more Sunday funnies. We'll find something. I believe there's been a request for more British comics, so we'll find something British to look at next week.
Yeah, I wonder who requested that.
I couldn't tell you. Charles, tell folks how they can find you.
They just look. Just get out there and look. Just keep looking. And you'll find me, because there's no other comic book creator named Charles Santino. So if you look, you will find me. And you'll see Rammer, the Master Thief in a Future Police State. First issue is behind me. Second issue right here. Both are available on Amazon and elsewhere. And I also want to plug this fine book. This is a novel that I wrote with Michael Panish, published by Airship 27. They're pulp guys. This is a prequel to the silent black and white movie Metropolis. It's all about what happens before the movie. So you read this book and then you go watch the movie again, and it'll all make sense. Thank you.
There we are. Russ, tell folks how they can find you.
Yes, you can find me at russleach.com. I'll put up that thing for, there you go. There's some eyes for you.
There we are.
Brilliant. Well, that's not the first thing I saw.
No, I didn't think it would be. There you go. Great
Brilliant.
eyes. Right,
Brilliant.
yeah. You want to see more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You're going to see it in the Atlantean,
And the eyes as well.
And
the eyes as well. Cracking adventure stuff written by Randy Zimmerman in the style of Robert E. Howard, taking on the characters that he wrote so well in the Shadow Kingdom. We're moving on with that. Find out more about that by going to russleach.com and sign up for that email list. There you go.
Great. russleach.com, folks.
russleach.com.
Tell folks how they can find you.
Same as Charles, just put my name in the Google thing, whatever it's called, my name will come up. There's nobody else called Fleming who's a writer out there. I can't think of anybody called Fleming who's written anything of note. Anyway, yeah, you can find me on everywhere. Barnes and Noble, Amazon, wherever you want to go, I'll be there. Just put my name in. We'll spell it right. 1 M, 2 N's, and a B.
I'm going to have to go through my long boxes and find the alternative comic, Reed Fleming.
Yeah.
And we'll go through that. Reed Fleming, World's Toughest Milkman.
Other Flemings are a shallow copy of Glenn. Remember
That's
that?
Yeah,
He is a shallow copy of Glenn, though. Yeah.
And if you ask me if we're related, I'll have to kill you if I tell you the answer.
Once you read the story, you'll realize that you have to be related. But anyway, yeah. Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work over at aerocomics.store, where hopefully, if it's not up there yet, you can find a few remaining copies of this Shadow Kingdom, where you can also find this work that Russ and I did in multiple formats on Amazon or Barnes and Nobles or your local bookstore. If they go through the Ingram ordering system. Yeah.
Go to criticalblast.com and there is a copy there.
Yep. Available in all sorts of formats. We'd love for you to read this story. We're very proud of it, and can't thank everybody enough for ordering it. So, and again, thanks everybody for stopping by. We know the majority of our listeners are after the fact. We appreciate you very, very much. Don't be afraid to leave a comment wherever you're watching us, YouTube, Facebook. We're on Randy Zim YouTube channel, the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, and also over at the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel, as well as my Facebook over there where you can find me. If you want to talk to me directly, Facebook's probably your best bet. That's the main platform that I look at. I have an X account as well if you want to go over there and follow me over there. I'm not there very often. I hardly post over there, but I do every once in a while. So I've been trying to get over there more and more often. Folks, again, we'll see you Friday morning, 5 a.m. for Comics by Night. We're going to be live for the next few weeks. So, and then at least for the next few weeks. And then also we'll be back here again next Sunday at 9 a.m. We hope that you'll join us then. Maybe a little Dan Dare, maybe a little Thunderbirds. We're not sure yet, but there'll be something.
LMS Thunderbirds.
There we are. And folks, you know, you don't have to love those modern comics, but you don't have to hate them either. You know, there's so much drama and negativity out there on those antisocial platforms that you're literally hurting the industry by hate trolling and drama and all of this crap. You need to cut it out, and you need to talk positively, not just about the industry, but about this art form. You need to go out there and talk about the comics that you love, not the comics that you hate. Who needs more hate in the world? You know, if you have a great book that you remember as a kid, go back and dig it up and take a look at it. Reread that stuff. Remind yourself why you are here and why you love this art form as much as we do. We don't make money.
Some of these back issues are cheaper than modern comics.
That too.
Yep. I mean, these Tarzans we were looking at, you can probably get for less than $5 if you look.
Yeah, especially if you catch a convention where somebody's got reading copies, you can catch them really, really low. So, in fact, I think I paid a whopping $20 for this, and I would have never found it if I wasn't at a show and looking at the boxes of graphic novels that the guy had sitting on the floor. I went, what is this? I didn't even know it existed. So
yesterday I bought a copy of Commandy number 29. That's the one with the Superman costume on the cover. Mm-hmm. And it was $1. It was $1.
Yeah.
So the bargains are out there.
Well, you see a lot of these retailers, if they're out there buying collections and that, they'll take whatever key issues are there and anything that, books for $10 or less. Most of the time they'll put them in their dollar boxes. And you'd be amazed if you've got a local retailer, comic shop owner that's got a dollar box, it's worth your time going through it because you never know what you're going to find. Never know. So go through and take a look. You find an old black and white magazine, you'd be amazed how great those books are. Just incredible. So
there's been a bit of a crash recently in comic prices.
Good.
There's been a bit of a crash, and so if you want to get out there and find really old copies of reading material, which is what it's really all about, they're out there now.
Yep. Do that, folks. Thanks again for stopping by. If you get a chance, look at the other material over on the Indie Comics Network. Also, wide variety of programming over there. Just take a look. Allison's got a show. There's a lot of other crazy shows over there. If you get a chance, also go over to Fund My Comic. If you're looking for great modern independent comics, fundmycomic.com. Go over there and take a look. That site is there intentionally for comic campaigns. So go over there and take a look. There's some fantastic stuff. You don't have to follow whoever's site or drama or whatever. Just go over to fundmycomic.com and look at some of the great books that are available over there for your reading and entertainment enjoyment. So please go over there and take a look and say hello to Luke Stone while you're there. Folks, we'll see you again next time. And we wish you the best. Remember to buy alternative and independent comics, especially ours. And read the books that you love. Stop talking about all this hate. So, before we go, let's remember the immortal words of let's see here. We can do Groucho Marx again. Remember the immortal words of Groucho Marx. The secret to life is honesty and fair dealing. If you can fake that, you got it made.
What about that Swedish chick? Is she still around?
I think so. Right here.
How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
I keep her handy for anytime we talk about modern Marvel. Like I said. Take care, folks.
And now she's worth $20 million.
And she's of age.
She's got her own private jet.
She's of age.
I'm not bothered about that.
And who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility.
Idiot.
Get away from her, you.
That's Sigourney's sister.
What a maroon.
What a
What a
maroon.
maroon.
Sending the maroons.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon.
See ya. See ya.
That's
Let me find the right one here. We can start with oh boy, where is it? It ran away. Well, I'll find it. Here we go.
How can he close me up? On what ground? I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here. You're winning, sir. Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready! Hey, everybody! We're all gonna get laid!
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.